A cold wind howled through the city streets as Daniel Foster pulled his tattered coat tighter around his shoulders. He was used to the chill, used to the whispers and sneers of those who passed him by without a second glance. But tonight was different. Tonight, he was waiting. Across the street, the lavish Golden Crest Hotel gleamed under the city lights, hosting an exclusive gala for the elite powerful men in crisp suits, women draped in diamonds. Among them was Ethan Sinclair, billionaire CEO of Sinclair Enterprises, the man who had built an empire on ruthless ambition and the man who had made a mistake that would soon unravel his world. Inside, laughter and champagne flowed as guests mingled, oblivious to the storm brewing beyond the golden doors. At a nearby cafe, a group of wealthy young professionals, tipsy from expensive wine, spotted Daniel. They chuckled among themselves. "Look at him," one of them sneered, "probably begging for change. Think he even remembers what a real meal tastes like." Another smirked. "Maybe he's got some tragic backstory. Lost his fortune in a bad deal? Betrayed by a partner? Please. Some people just don't belong at the top." Daniel said nothing. He simply smiled a slow, knowing smile that sent a shiver through one of the men. Something in his eyes. It wasn't the vacant stare of the hopeless. It was the gaze of a man who knew more than he let on. Rising action. Inside the gala, Ethan Sinclair stood with a drink in hand, scanning the room. He was untouchable. A self-made king. Or so he thought. Then, a whisper reached his ear, one that sent ice through his veins. "He's here." Ethan stiffened. He turned slowly, but he already knew who he was. Daniel had arrived. Dressed in clothes far finer than the rags the young elites had mocked him in just moments ago, Daniel stepped inside with the quiet confidence of a man who belonged. Heads turned. Conversations halted. Even Ethan's most powerful associates found themselves second-guessing everything they thought they knew. But it wasn't just Daniel's transformation that shook them. It was the truth he carried. Years ago, before Ethan became a titan of industry, before the wealth and the power, there had been a single, fleeting mistake. A night he barely remembered. A woman he had pushed from his mind. But that mistake hadn't vanished. It had grown into twins. And Daniel knew. "You always were careless, Ethan," Daniel murmured as he approached. "Did you think your past wouldn't catch up with you?" Ethan's jaw clenched. "What do you want?" Daniel smiled. "Justice. For them. For what you stole." A hush fell over the room. The powerful, the arrogant, the ones who had mocked Daniel earlier, suddenly, they saw him in a new light. Who was this man? How did he know their most feared leader's darkest secret? Escalation. Ethan's world began to crumble. He had built an empire, but now it all teetered on the edge of destruction. If Daniel had proof, if he went public, everything would be ruined. But Daniel wasn't after money, not power. He wanted the truth to be acknowledged. He wanted Ethan to face what he had done. "You abandoned them," Daniel said, his voice measured but laced with something deeper, something dangerous. "And now they're coming for what's theirs." Ethan staggered back, eyes darting around. People whispered. Investors eyed him warily. His enemies in the room smirked, sensing weakness. "Please," Ethan finally breathed, voice barely above a whisper. "Please just don't destroy me." Daniel studied him. For years, Ethan had been untouchable. For years, he had stood above others, untouchable. Now, he was the one begging. Climax and twist, Daniel leaned in close, voice a whisper only Ethan could hear. "You should know something." Ethan's breath hitched. "The twins? They aren't after your money. They don't want a piece of your empire." Ethan blinked. "Then what?" "They want a father."